Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. But any come and see, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions, daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is in. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable.
The coach take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Buffalo Bills. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go!
.53's the mic. Push him back. Push him back.
Now a man closing in on 15,000 career rush yards, Frank Gore. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Well, this week 1 matchup pitting a couple Empire State rivals, no strangers to each other. They were both original members of the AFL, the American Football League, way back in 1960 to 1969. It's been a close series. Bills lead it all time, 62-55. And, of course, both of these franchises really feel like they have their quarterbacks of the future in Josh Allen and Sam Darnold. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and inches.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Check, 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 check.
Here's Allen. And able to find John Brown. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
53. Check 53. Let's go, D. Mike, 53.
On 1st down and score. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Ready? 57. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
They run with a former Jaguar. It's T.J. Yeldon. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Let's get it.
And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look.
check, Mike 57.
Regular.
That's the way.
Alert.
Switch.
Go.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen going for the deep ball. That's caught at the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
First down, Buffalo.
Check.
Round 80.
Check. 53's Mike. I'm coming after you. Shoot.
From the gun, it's Allen. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And they'll get this down to the 10. And between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
A gain of 12.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Half 85.
57's the Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Allen. That is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time, and that'll make it 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Now this now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Now a draw play for Gore. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
A first update now from Cleveland, and it's the Browns out to the early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Watch twist.
You go, young lady.
41 Mike.
X3. 218. Chopper. You go, red 80. Right side.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Jets, first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
You go, side.
49's the Mike.
Go, 80.
Rush in.
Here's Le'Veon Bell's first carry as a New York Jet, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 40-yard line.
Side.
49. Mike's 49.
I got him. 25. Check 25. Red 80.
Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. Lorenzo Alexander brings him down.
It's easy work, and it's coming.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
We're going to set.
58 is the mic. Going 58 is the mic. All day. All day, every day. Any day.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And Tate's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 29-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Here's Bell. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Everyone, you got four down.
Set.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a second and 10.
49's the mic. 49's the mic. Time to go. Night.
Throwing on second down. Darnold. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. Second and 24. Here's Gore now running out of the gun. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Jordan Jenkins there on the tackle.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
41's the mic.
56. Hey, hold.
Watch the run.
Check 37. Check 37.
Safe.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly third and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
That's what I do.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Crowder's got it over the middle. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jamison Crowder, 50 yards. And the Jets have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. And the grab by Croft. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Bandit.
Now Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Darnold. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
53, check 53. Come on. You better bring it.
Mike, 53. 50.
From the 41, Allen. He's got Gore. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Your trip is here.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
5 wide.
53. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
A 51-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Bills have come back to regain the lead. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Check three.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Ed Oliver brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
49. 49's the mic. 49's the mic.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
No. Off. Red 80. Out.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They run here with Singletary. And he is going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
I'm coming.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Alert.
Operating from the gun. Allen looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
Watch the run.
Singletary, they'll run for it. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Sack. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Ready? Check 6 guys.
On 2nd down now, it's Bell, and he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run.
He wasn't ready.
So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Wild Bill.
On 2nd and 15 now. Darnold, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. Third down here.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up fourth down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. And this kick will be touched down as they spot it inside the 45-yard line.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Regular. Hey, Alpha.
Check 53's Mike. Watch QB drop. Watch that. Quick.
From the gun, Allen.
Check four.
The left side completion to Jones. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Regular.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Hey, let's get this. Switch.
Half.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
319.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Half 85. Half 85.
And here's Allen operating from the gun. Short throw hauled in by Croft. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
That's what I'm talking about.
Bills are certainly happy to have a healthy Tyler Croft. Remember, he had a season-ending foot injury last year with the Bengals in Week 5. So the Bills get him, and he re-injures that same foot in May in OTAs. But out there now and says he's feeling pretty good.
Alert. Middle.
Five. 53. Mike. Let him know.
Half.
Tighten up.
5 wide. It's done.
To throw again on second down. Allen throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Frank Gore there, and it's 3rd and 4. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. And again, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the lead grows to 4. It's 11-7. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Man, Eddie, 41's the mic. 41's the mic. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Looking to throw on second down. Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Already. 49's the mic. 49's the mic.
Rabbit.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he finds his man Griffin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Faking the give, Darnold. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Tre'Davious White, the LSU man, there to knock it away that time.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
You. Check 31, check 31.
We go red 80. General West.
49's the mic. Watch 49.
This is Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Third and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime.
Yellow 80.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
All right, T, let's go. All right, set.
Here's Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
Let's go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
21-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Watch the slats. Watch the slat. Joker, 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 Joker. Red 80. Kill, kill, kill. Red 80.
Now the toss to Bell running right. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
We're going to set. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Darnold now to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Lorenzo Alexander wreaking the defensive havoc. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Here now Roberts. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Allen running the option to the left. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
Allen now from the gun, he'll throw. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Check safety, check safety.
Then he finds Beasley, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Allen now looks to throw. He'll buy some time right.
Watch the screen.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Hauschka's kick is good. Well, an uncommon way to get there, but nevertheless, that makes our score 14-7. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Darnold now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10.
I'm coming after you.
Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Bell. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. Now, after the run by Bell, here's another first and 10.
49's the mic. 49's the mic.
We own them. We own them.
Red 80. Mike's 49. Mike's 49. Hey, pick it up, defense.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
19.
46 to Mike. Hey, here we go. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead, baby. Go, 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 go. 46, boys. 46. 46 to Mike.
Get that quarterback, Diva.
On 2nd down, Singletary. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Check 9, check 9. Half, 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 half. Half 85, half 85.
Check. Check 24, check 24.
Alert!
Motion, motion, motion.
Alert!
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Mike's 57's Mike. Let's go, baby. They turn it. Let's get that ball. 57's the Mike.
Hey, Echo.
57's the Mike.
I got him. I can go.
Operating from the gun, Allen. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Darryl Roberts right there on the coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go.
Their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Come on, QB, come on.
Oh, lady.
58, boys, 58. 58 is Mike.
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Now it's Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That was Jordan Poyer, the safety, in for the sack.
Tackled back at the 35-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Don't be scared of it.
After the sack on 1st down, Darnold, and he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, and it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Oh, lady.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go.
Back to throw. He finds his target. It's Crowder. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Bell. Second down a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The Jets on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. Darnold. Open man left side. That's the tight end, Herndon. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Hey, check. Check back 46.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is Week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you. So for Buffalo, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Up this magic with the gang, we ball out.